the right moment for social media is now. Hello and welcome to another episode of All or Nothing. I'm Brett Campbell, the founder of the Campbell Media Group, where we help businesses do more business. Let's get into the show. There's the drip feed approach, and then there's the blast it out to the industry approach. And what I simply mean by that is, with something like this, you really need to, and we can get into the question of, but you really do need to look and go, well, I need to put some upfront push into getting both pillars, the user and the supplier, on board simultaneously, which comes down to obviously budget, your advertising budget. I guess there's probably a couple of ways to be looking at it, and you go, what are you willing to give up front to get at the back? What I mean by that is simply, it could be, and we're getting probably more into a strategy side here, however, it's what are you willing to do to get actually your first 50 suppliers on board? Are you willing to actually give away a free membership for them to actually get on board? So then they don't have expectations of, oh geez, I'm paying $69 and there's like, I've had no quotes this month, I'm out of here. And I think that would certainly be the best first step moving forward. And I say that because right now it's like we don't even know how much it's going to cost to acquire someone on a $69 membership. Because that's the thing with startups, right, is you've really got to put trust in the product and the creation that you've got. And what we might find is 3 months down the track or 4 months down the track, you might find that your stick rate of a client is, a supplier is, maybe 3 months. So now all of a sudden you can go, well, we generate $210 for each client, right? So when you know the average lifetime value of your client, you can then go, oh, well, it costs, if we're going to generate $210 per service that comes on board, take away expenses, take away costs, and you might find out that you could spend $80 to acquire someone. Well, the first thing business owners need to look at is the lifetime value of a client. It's not how much money you make on the front end or how much is the first sale, because what if you get a client who repeat buys off you every month for 3 years? All of a sudden you might go $20 on the front end, but that might be $20 a month over 2 years, and it certainly adds up. And that's how you got to really make your advertising decisions based off the lifetime value of a client. One thing we can do really well is send traffic to where we need to. From our perspective, in order for it to be successful for both parties, we just want to make sure that where we're sending it is the best possible opportunity for the person. That makes sense. So, also another thing I'd encourage is the red text that you've got. Not a fan of red text. Red elicits danger from a color and psychology perspective, so it's always important to note how it's actually, I'd go with like either a black or a darker gray font. Many businesses are continuously working on the front end of their business. It's like, I need more clients. It's like, what about taking care of the ones you have? And you do that by obviously getting specific results. What about taking care of the leads that you've already got? We could be sending them dozens of leads a day and it's still not enough. But then you ask and you go, well, what are you actually doing with that lead? How long is it taking you to be able to engage with that lead? Whether you're doing automated or whether you're getting on the phone and you're giving someone a call, are you letting a lead lie idle for 2-3 days before you decide to give them a call? Because when someone's hot and they're interested and they're looking for something, they are in a prime position to be able to be helped into the next best scenario, which hopefully could be your deliverable for your business. Lead generation isn't just a great Facebook ad, it's the steps, the congruent steps that someone must take in order for them to actually then hand over some money to you, if that's what your core goal is. It's from ad to sales funnel. Is the sales copy on the sales funnel written properly? Are you sending them the right email once they've opted into something? Are you following up in the right sequential order for them to be able to know, like, and trust you the way that they need to be knowing, liking, and trusting you in order to do business with you? It's it baffles me how many people are just always on the front end. It's like the old school flyer mentality, it's like flyer in the mailbox and hopefully I'll wait for them to call me. So when I did my first ever flyer drops, I thought from an online marketing perspective, you know, back when I had my fitness company and we're running a local fitness training, you know, I was out on the street, I got 10,000 flyers, and this is what I did. I didn't just go bang, 10,000 flyers, that's it. I circulated 1,000 flyers 5 times in the one area. That was my first test. I was like, I'm gonna use the first 5,000 and I'm just gonna circulate. Because how many times have you gone to a mailbox and you've seen a flyer, and I know I'm going on a tangent here, but this is a good point, is you see a flyer and you're like, meh, but then you see it again next week, you see it the week after, you see it the week after. It's just like online marketing. How many times have you scrolled past a Facebook ad and done nothing? But for some reason it keeps popping up. So it's really thinking through your strategy is key. People are so fixated on what's the cost per click? What's it costing to get someone to the website? What you should be doing is, how long is someone staying on your website? If that's a key metric that you're actually gauging from, the cost per click will significantly change. If you've got a page that converts a lot better and people are wanting to stick around, you don't need 10,000 people on it. Maybe 5,000 people might get you the result you need, which would dramatically lower the cost per click overall because you don't need as many clicks. So you got to start thinking, are you looking at the right metrics? How you doing, Candace? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Just wanted to take a couple of moments, and you know, something we like to do here at Campbell Media Group is we like to celebrate wins, and something that we've obviously noticed, I'm sure you've noticed, is that you've reached the first $100,000 in sales this year, and it's the first of many to come. So on behalf of all of us, yeah! And we even have the iPod playing with the money song. This is your new song. There you go. Have a fantastic day. Yeah, another thing we like to do at CMG is obviously celebrate, and we'll celebrate success, not just only our own success, but more importantly our client success. So had another amazing client hit their first 100K for the year, so that was exciting for them with their online store. Just shows for us, and you know, from a top-down perspective, is, you know, I really care about our clients' results here at CMG, and you know, so does every single person who works on a campaign or who's a part of a campaign. Is, you know, we're not just there to do a job, you know, we're there to create success in a specific area, and you know, I take that as though I earned that. You know, that was my money, you know, or I had that level of success, you know, and so does every single person in the team. You know, there's nothing more rewarding, and it's just that whole thing again of, you know, like you go and give someone $20, it makes you feel so much better than if you were just to spend that $20 yourself. Similar feelings arise when you're helping people make money. It's a great feeling, and we have to celebrate it. Got to celebrate success. It's part of one of our core values here. Start putting them out now, don't wait. Yeah, shit, yeah. Put it out now and then repurpose it, because again, very small amount of people are going to see it anyway. So you want to talk about it now, so someone's like, oh yeah, that's a cool testimonial, and then by the time you start your marketing for the new round, yeah, they've already been indoctrinated into something, and you know, it's already in their mind. That's an all year round conversation that needs to happen. You know, that would just become a part of your standard marketing. So like if you got testimonials, say you got 10 of them, right? And there's say maybe 3 guys of similar sort of grouping, you can group them together, you know, more targeted towards that person. Because if I see 10 testimonials of 6 50-year-old ladies, for me, I'm like, I'll just switch off straight away. Is your content actually speaking directly to your consumer? Probably 6 months ago, my thoughts were a little bit different around this, where, you know, I was saying don't be posting cat videos if your page isn't related to cats. However, there is some merit in being able to now cast a bigger net out to the world, and within that bigger net, there are going to be people who will gravitate to potentially what you have other than your cat video. We're living now more in a world of virality is going to help win, and virality can help push something to the right level. But of course, you always need to lead with, is your content speaking to the community? And then go, or is it speaking to a wider community, or even a wider community? I mean, there's no shortage of viral videos out there that you could utilize in your industry that would accommodate a wider audience of your industry. You know, you don't need to go to the cat parachutes out of the sky for you to be able to gain people. The interesting thing is, you know, a business that I might be interested in might put a video like that out there, and I might actually see it and go, oh, this is cool. I'm going to scroll through their other videos, and all of a sudden there's a video there that's totally different, but it captures my attention. So I think there's definitely a lot of merit in that at the moment, especially with organic reach not being as strong and as powerful. products can generate massive return on investment from the get-go, but some products are amazing feeders. So like with our fitness product, right? One of our fitness products just converts on the front end, right? Which means so for every buck, every dollar we put in, we pull out $3, you know? That's on the front end. Now, we've got other products that don't necessarily, you know, they break even basically. So like you said, if we're generating 1,000 leads a week and we're breaking even in sales from this course, we then have 1,000 people to present the next course, and that's where the sweet music starts to happen. You know, like we've got a recipe book right now that sells online. It's only $10 and it basically breaks even. But we've generated a database of about 45,000 people around recipes. So when we're about to launch our recipe app, we're gonna have an entire audience. And that's where the cream starts coming, you know? You just need a product that you know works. Not everyone needs a $7 low-hanging fruit product. Call it the LBE, part of my Online Business Accelerator program. You don't need a lower barrier of entry program. Not everyone does. If your program is a $20,000 product, you don't need a $50 product to try and get leads and to generate return on investment. You just need to sell one of the $20,000 products. And the big, I guess, drama with that for a lot of people is, let's say you got a $20,000 product, it might cost you $5,000 or $10,000 to acquire a client. That means you have to put up $5,000 or $10,000 and be like, oh shit, I haven't got no one yet. But until that first one drops, it just becomes a matter of maths and it just becomes a numbers game. You know, can it help? Yeah, certainly it can help. Can it help to build trust, you know, and build confidence in people knowing that what you put out is strong content and you know, definitely worthwhile pursuing more. But again, sometimes you just got to go straight in. And when I say straight in, it doesn't mean you go straight to a sales video for a $20,000 product. You might need to give a series of 10 different video pieces, or you might have to give 15 emails, whatever it ends up being, for you to end up creating the perfect journey for that person to be able to go, yep, $20,000, here we go. And views don't always mean sales though. That's another really important thing. Without getting into a Facebook tutorial, there's multiple different styles and types of ads that you could be creating. If someone creates a video views ad, Facebook's job is just to show this to as many people to get video views. So it's gonna show it to people who will just watch a lot of videos or click on a lot of videos. We use predominantly conversion ads as one of our main pillars in these ads, because we're searching for people who have a pattern to convert, right? So people who are used to putting in their name and email and landing on another page and getting hit with a tracking pixel. So basically that's what we're asking Facebook to do. So we're saying, hey Facebook, go and find as many of these type of people with these attributes and this actual patterns and behaviors and send them to us. One thing I've never been naive to is that one's better than the other, because sometimes video can smash it, and sometimes an image could smash it. Like, yeah, so we've ran a static and a video, and here's an interesting thing. The static ad created a better cost per lead, but the video, in this case, has created a better cost per conversion. So it costs like twice as much to get the lead, but the sale was a better sale. So, you know, there's a lot of those things that if only that was the science and that was it, like 1 + 1 = 2 every day of the week and it never changes. Unfortunately, we're playing a game that 1 + 5 = 53 sometimes. It's again, keeping our eye on the data, making sure we're mining it. And just obviously, so you know, it's obviously just as important for us that we're making sales, you know, as it is for you as well, you know. So we're certainly working the process to make sure it works as well. We win when we all win. I think the important thing to remember with social media, with online advertising, is to not get so caught up in the how easy it is, because it's not easy. It's made easier with technology, but it's certainly not easy. Facebook in particular is day trading. You're literally trading attention out there in the universe, and things change quickly and change rapidly. You know, for us, it's really about staying on the cutting edge, making sure that we deliver the highest level performance that we possibly can, that can elicit the best possible results. We win only when you win. You know, we win when our clients win. The flip side to that as well, and it's important for everyone to note, is, you know, we're not hitting home runs every day. You know, and this is where it comes back to full transparency. And I see so many agencies out there talking shit about, we'll help, like 90% of our clients have all come from other agencies, because they've been sold a pipeline dream. One thing I'll never do is sell any business owner a pipeline dream, because I have to personally sleep at night. I don't want to be lying up going, oh geez, is that campaign performing? Oh no, what's going on? We said this, but we're delivering that. There's massive learning curve for a lot of businesses now, because they just think they can outsource to an agency and go, yep, I expect those results. I totally get it. Because if I'm paying someone to do a service for me as well, then I expect the service to be delivered. So it's really important here at CMG, we always make sure that we lay the foundations properly. I don't sell pipeline dreams. And this could be an adverse effect, for a lot of people, but I know the real people who understand business truly get this, is that there's wins and there's losses. For us, as long as we're providing a shit ton more wins, then the losses are just part of the journey. It's just like life, you win some, you lose some, but if you win more, it's even better. So yeah, we really pride ourselves in ensuring that we're delivering a first-class service, and I hope that that's what all businesses do. I coach and mentor a lot of businesses in different industries as well, and one thing I've learned from coaching is that you can't guarantee someone's actual end results from a coaching perspective. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink it, For CMG, it's a total different, and for anyone out there in an ad agency, they'll understand that, there's a high level of responsibilities when you're outsourcing the number one driver of your business. You've got to think about that as well. You're outsourcing the number one driver, which is that's where your cash flow is going to come from. You've got to expect that not everything's going to be bright, shiny rainbows every single day of the week. In the Gold Coast, it's probably sunny about 300 days of the year. And there's about 50 days of rain. Think of your Facebook ads campaign. You're winning 5 times more than you're losing. And the beautiful thing about this though is, and I know when I hear that people hear the word losing, it's a negative word. Let me just change the word losing to learning. You're either winning or you're learning. It's as simple as that. Every cent spent on something we can learn from, we can gather data from, and we can improve and make accounts and campaigns and results even better.